Hey guys, Imaya here, the psycho-spiritual therapist with another video. And today I want to talk about self-love and why this can be such an elusive concept. So, I personally don't use or don't very often use the term self-love, as I find it can be very deceptive and it can lead us to actually confuse what is being meant, because the confusion is happening in the words itself. And so I feel personally using the words self and love together creates kind of this scenario of a hamster in a wheel, or a dog or a cat trying to catch its own tail. It's a very elaborate process and it feels like we're making progress. And then we always come back kind of to the same point. So for me, why self-love, why I don't like these words together and why I don't really preach this concept so much is because love simply is. Love is your natural state. And the moment we identify it to a self or even a other, we kind of lose the whole meaning. Because love and unity, oneness, unification is one. So the more we keep thinking in terms of an I and others, the more the true experience of love gets lost. And then we do get to experience something else, which is very beautiful and which is a very necessary step on the path, on the journey. It is a point along the journey, and I sense that a lot of people kind of get stuck on this point. And I feel the stuckness can happen when we put the terms self and love together instead of just speaking of love. Self-acceptance, I much prefer. And you know why? Acceptance is the bridge to wherever you are now, whatever is going on for you in this moment. To accept it is to regain the awareness of love. Because that, when you say self-love, it becomes a doing. It becomes something that you have to chase. It becomes a concept. And with concept usually comes things like, okay, so I need to look like this and I need to do that. Why am I not loving myself? Why am I not doing it right? You know, the more I became accepting of things, including myself, not actually at first myself. For me, the journey started with forgiving / accepting others and everything that was going on in my awareness. And then that experience was so profound. It showed me there is no difference between the other and me. Not in terms of perception, perspective. My perspective is over here and you're over there, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the more accepting I am of you, the more accepting I am of whatever is going on outside of me, the more accepting I am of me. You cannot fully accept yourself without being fully accepting of others or anything that's going on in what we experience as outside of ourselves. It's not possible. Those things are synonymous. That's another reason why I find self-love to be so deceptive, because when you were to fully love yourself, you love others to the same extent. Love is simply a state of being. It is an awareness. And it is that awareness of that state of being that we typically think of as loving ourselves or loving others. But it's simply a returning to that state. So self-love is not really something you do to improve yourself. It's not a place to get to. It is a place to return to. To me personally, like, self-love is so natural And what I found was that all that was in the way was belief systems and thoughts that I'd never questioned. And so everything that we run into that takes away our experience of being love, that's simply something we're meeting. And we're meeting it with acceptance, and then we also meet it with curiosity. Because none of our concepts can hold up to a curious mind. A curious mind is an open mind, and an open mind is an open heart, and an open heart is the experience of love. So don't ever get confused about this whole concept of self-love. And like, I feel like the more you try and love yourself, the more you're not actually really getting what self-love means. And therefore, I personally find the term self-love a little bit dangerous. This might just be me, but I do see a lot of people struggling with this concept. So I hope this explains a little bit as to why that is, and to maybe see it from another point of view that will make it easier for you to realize this state of self-love that you're already in. And that there is nothing you actually have to do or to accomplish other than meeting everything that arises for you with love, with acceptance, with curiosity. That's kind of really all that there is to it.